a bit longer than expected. But here goes. Anyways, what's going on, guys? It is Christopher here, back in the building, and today I'm doing the UEFA Champions League preview. By the way, guys, I do apologise if I am going a bit OTT when it comes to telling people where the teams are from, because some of the teams, obviously, if you happen to know where they are, then that's great, but for those of you that don't know where some of the clubs are from, I thought it's best if I explained all the teams and where they're from rather than just pick out all the smaller insignificant ones. I'm also going to keep it short and sweet and tell you guys who I think will win each group, who I think will finish group runners up, who will finish third and fourth, and so forth, and that will be the pattern for each and every single group that I go through in this preview. So for those that don't know who's playing who in the Champions League group stage, or you need a reminder, the groups are on the screen right now. So let's get started because we have 8 groups to go through. And first up is Group A. So the 4 teams in Group A are Bayern Munich of Germany, the current Champions League holders, by the way, just so if you guys didn't realise already. Atletico Madrid, the 2014 and 2016 Champions League finalists. RB Salzburg of Austria. And last but not least, Lokomotiv Moscow of Russia. For me, I think the group winners are going to be Bayern Munich once again, because I think particularly towards the back end of last season, which in all earnest was only a few months ago, by that I mean August, but I think they have enough class in their team to kind of prove themselves to make them group winners. Second place, I think the group runners-up will be Atletico Madrid. I don't think RB Salzburg or Lokomotiv Moscow should be able to challenge them for second, unless something drastic happens for that matter, or Atletico get unlucky, but most likelihood Atletico will finish second in the group. RB Salzburg going to finish third, and Lokomotiv Moscow obviously finishing fourth. Next up, you have the teams in Group B, and they are Real Madrid of Spain, who most recently won the Champions League in 2018. You also got Shakhtar Donetsk of Ukraine, Inter Milan of Italy, who won the 2010 Champions League, and last but not least, Borussia Mönchengladbach of Germany. For me, it's actually one of the tougher groups within this year's 2020-2021 UEFA Champions League, because you have teams that are quite fairly rounded, and you've got perennial European contenders, both on the Europa and the Champions League stage. But for me, I think Real Madrid will top the group, and then Inter Milan will come second. Obviously, Inter Milan haven't had much success in Europe in recent times, but I think they've rebounded, they've rebuilt, and I think they should qualify and make the last 16. In terms of third, I think it could go either way, but I think Borussia Mönchengladbach might be able to edge the third place spot, with Shakhtar Donetsk coming last in the process. Now, time for my Group C predictions. And the teams in Group C are Porto of Portugal, who won the 2004 Champions League, Manchester City, Olympiacos, and the 1993 Champions League winners, which was the first Champions League season, Marseille of France. Yes, I said that correctly. Marseille are the only French team to win the Champions League to date. In terms of who finishes where in Group C, I think the runaway winners of the group will unsurprisingly be Manchester City. Second place, it'll be a tight one, but I think Marseille might just about edge it. Porto will finish third and make it to the Europa League. By the way, I hadn't mentioned it earlier, but if you finish third in your Champions League group, you go and take part in the Europa League for the rest of the season until you're knocked out of the competition. And last but not least, in fourth place, it would be Olympiacos. Right, in terms of the standings for Group D, it should be Liverpool's to lose. However, I have seen Liverpool trip up a few times in the group stage in the past few seasons, so you never know what's going to happen. I think Ajax, they should finish second. Atalanta, I think they'll finish third, and Midtjylland, I don't think they have enough quality for the Europa League, so I think they will finish fourth. So we're past the halfway stage, and now we're on to Group E. And the 4 teams in Group E are Sevilla of Spain, Chelsea, the 2012 Champions League winners of England. You've got Krasnodar of Russia and Rennes of France. In terms of who finishes where in Group E, I think Chelsea, they should be able to top the group, especially with their attack of the likes of Werner, Havertz, Ziyech. The countless options they have in attack is unreal at the minute. Sevilla, I think they will finish second, even though they have been struggling in La Liga at the minute. But I think they will put behind their La Liga struggles, and I think they'll finish second in the group. Rennes, I think they're going to finish third because purely on the grounds of the lack of Champions League experience, and Krasnodar are going to finish fourth. Next up, in Group F, we've got Zenit St. Petersburg of Russia, Borussia Dortmund of Germany, who happen to be the 1997 winners of the Champions League. You've got Lazio of Italy, and last but not least, you've also got Club Brugge of Belgium. So from my perspective, I think this is possibly one of the easiest groups to qualify from in this year's Champions League. For me, I think Borussia Dortmund should be able to top the group without any issues whatsoever. But I think the team that will come second, and I don't think they'll cause many problems come the knockout stages. I think Zenit St. Petersburg are going to finish second, Lazio are going to finish third, and Club Brugge are going to finish last in the group. Anyway, guys, it is time for the penultimate group of the Champions League, Group G to be exact. Or, this year, it is billed as Cristiano Ronaldo versus Lionel Messi. Yes, I said it. Juventus and Barcelona are in the same Champions League group, along with Dynamo Kiev of Ukraine and Ferencváros of Hungary. By the way, Juventus obviously from Italy, Barcelona obviously from Spain, if you guys hadn't figured it out. So for me, whoever comes out on top in the two games between Juventus and Barcelona, I think will top the group. In this case, I think Juventus are going to take the group just about by the thinnest of margins. Barcelona are going to finish second, Dynamo Kiev third, and Ferencváros fourth. But I have to say, I am more than excited to see Messi and Ronaldo do battle once again. And last but not least, Group H. The group of death maybe? Well, I'll let you guys decide that one for yourselves. But we have PSG from France, last year's finalists, Manchester United, the 1999 and 2008 Champions League winners from England. You have got RB Leipzig of Germany and Istanbul Başakşehir from Turkey. So, three big teams who will miss out on the Champions League knockout stages. To be honest though, as a Man United fan, I am extremely nervous looking at this group because there is a very good chance we could be potentially knocked out at the group stage. However, I don't think we will, but I think PSG will top the group and probably score about 14, maybe 15 points in the group. Man United are going to finish second. I think RB Leipzig should be able to finish third, and then Istanbul Başakşehir should finish fourth, because obviously RB Leipzig have been on a decent run of form. They're currently top of the Bundesliga right now. Yes, I said it. They are ahead of Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund. But I think we do have enough to kind of get the better of RB Leipzig come the Champions League. That's why I think Man United should, and yes, I say should, be able to come through and take second in Group H. Now, this is where the fun really kicks in, because as you guys can see on the screen right now, I have predicted the last 16, the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and the final. So in the Champions League knockout stages, what happens is that the 8 group winners and the 8 runners-up in each single group will qualify for the last 16. However, the winners of each group cannot play the winners of another group, and same case goes with the runners-up. Another rule that's also in place is that no two teams of the same country can play each other in the last 16. However, at the quarterfinal stage onwards, any team can play anyone from any country. All games between the last 16 and the semi-finals are played over 2 legs. So each team plays one game at home and one game at their opponent's ground, except for the final, which is played usually at a neutral site and over one match. So based on the tournament bracket, as you guys can see right now, I'm hoping if I get lucky and all 8 predictions come through, I'm hoping to see Real Madrid face off against Ajax in the last 16 as game number 1. I think Real Madrid should be able to see off Ajax, but you never know because Ajax undid them 4-1 in the second leg of the 2018-2019 Champions League, because anything can happen in football. Because look at 2020 at the minute. If anything can happen in 2020, Ajax and Real Madrid could play out a thrilling game and Ajax could end up beating Real Madrid. So you never know with sport these days. Second game of the last 16, I think Man City should play Zenit St. Petersburg. I think City should comfortably see them off without any issues whatsoever. Game number 3, Bayern Munich versus Sevilla. Bayern, I think, once again, with their class, should be a bit too much for the Sevilla team. Sevilla will give it a go, but I don't think they'll have enough. And I think Bayern will advance to the quarterfinals. The fourth game, if I somehow get these predictions right, Borussia Dortmund versus Inter Milan. I think it'll be a very cagey game. Both sides will go all out, but I think it could be settled by 1, maybe even 2 goals, or even on away goals for that matter. And I think Borussia Dortmund should be able to win the tie. Game number 5, I'm thinking it's going to be PSG versus Atletico Madrid, because Atletico Madrid, I think they'd finished group runners-up to Bayern Munich. Both sides, once again, very good, evenly matched, possibly could swing Atletico's way, but I think PSG should be able to take the tie. Game 6, Juventus versus Manchester United. I think, from my perspective as a Man United fan, I'm not looking forward to that because taking on Ronaldo once again, I think he'll show his class at the highest level on the Champions League stage. And I think Juventus are going to see off Man United in the last 16. Game number 7, I think Liverpool will take on Porto. But Liverpool, even though they've been struggling at the start of the Premier League season, I think they should have enough to get rid of this Porto side and advance to the quarterfinals. And the final game of the last 16, Chelsea versus Barcelona, a potentially interesting one in the sense that it's Messi against Chelsea. Messi hasn't had the best of records against Chelsea in recent times, nor he has had in his career for that matter, most notably in the 2012 Champions League semi-final where he ended up missing a penalty and Chelsea advancing to the final and going on to win the 2012 Champions League. But I think, controversial as my opinion might be, but I think Chelsea will beat Barcelona and go to the quarterfinals. Now, time for the quarterfinals. And quarterfinal 1, Real Madrid versus Manchester City. The trilogy, part 2, to last year's encounter in the 2019-2020 last 16 game. But I think Pep Guardiola will once again get the better of Zinedine Zidane and advance to another Champions League semi-final. The tie will be tight, but I think City will just about edge the encounter. The second quarter-final, Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund. The Klassiker, as it's best known in Germany, between two of German football's biggest rivals. But I think when the tie shifts to the Allianz Arena in Munich, I think Bayern will show their class as they have done in previous Bundesliga encounters in Munich, where they have repeatedly thrashed Borussia Dortmund, and I think they will advance to the semi-finals once again. The third quarter-final, should it align, is PSG versus Juventus. I'm hoping Ronaldo's excellence come through, but at the same time, I think it's more likely to come down to PSG throwing the games away, if anything. But I hope to be proven wrong, and I hope Ronaldo's excellence shines through. But Juventus to the Champions League semi-finals. And last but not least, Liverpool versus Chelsea, another One Nation quarter-final. But I think Liverpool's class will shine Chelsea, even though they have a good attack, I don't think their defence will live up to the expectations. And for that reason, I think Liverpool will make another Champions League semi-final. Anyway, guys, time for the semi-finals and the final. And semi-final one, Manchester City versus Bayern Munich. But in what could possibly be Manchester City's best chance to make the Champions League final for the first time, I think Bayern Munich will be able to snuff them out and beat them and advance to the Champions League final in St. Petersburg. Whereas in the other semi-final, I think it will be a bit more of a closer affair between Juventus and Liverpool. But I think Ronaldo's magic will shine through, even though Liverpool will give them a run for their money. But I think CR7 should be able to prevail through and make it to another Champions League final, his first since 2018. And last but not least, my hypothetical fantasy Champions League final between Bayern Munich and Juventus. I'm hoping it will finish 2-1 to Bayern Munich and they will retain the Champions League trophy. But I think Bayern will score 2 early goals, but Juventus will score a goal late on. But I think Bayern will just about hang on for the win. And for that reason, I think Bayern Munich will become the first back-to-back Champions League winners since Real Madrid. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you think my predictions are incredibly inaccurate or you have alternative predictions, leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace out.